So we just were in our warrior two position. Good. From here, cartwheel your hands down around your right foot back to join your left, find down dog. Stay right here or find your flow, plank up dog, down dog. And once you have wrapped that up, walk your hands back to your feet and find your way up to stand. Good. All right, so once you are up here, we are going to bring all of our weight to our right foot. All right, so we've got the same thing going on that we did earlier, where we're pretending like this dog is chasing you. Just kidding, he wouldn't chase you. He actually would just want you to love on him. But pretend like you're being chased by a cheetah. And what would you do to take off? So all of your weight to your right foot, what would that look like? And how would that feel? And then just pause. And then maybe you try that a couple more times. But really be strong. I mean, be deliberate about, but not so much that you, so be gentle as well. Deliberate but gentle. All right, the next time you come up here, hold on. Maybe send your arms in some way that just doesn't feel quite right. That just challenges your brain and your core. Send the left leg long. This also challenges the core a little bit, as well as the quads. And then step that left foot down. So right foot will do the same thing. Bring the knee up, extending, finding the shape that you'd like to practice with your arms. We'll do one more step coming forward. So the left knee comes up, sending the left leg long, and stepping. And now your right knee will come up. We'll send the arms up with it. Pause right here. So as you pause, just notice what's happening, finding, again, that nice, strong, efficient, effective spine. Strong core, 360 breath. Right leg will wrap around the left leg, finding your eagle legs, and then finding your eagle arms with your left arm on top of your right, wrapping it up. Good, and as you hold here, drawing your hands away from your face, maybe drawing your elbows up, finding that opening through the shoulder blades. Hold here one more breath, 360 breath, brace through the core. We transition to a warrior two from here, or warrior one, excuse me, so slowly releasing your arms, unwrapping your legs, stepping back, finding that warrior one, and with your warrior one, let's find an extension through the spine, opening through the shoulders. So maybe goalpost arms, maybe hands clasped behind your back, and I apologize for not bringing that up earlier, but maybe that would feel good. So finding what feels best here for you. Holding one more breath. And now straightening up, begin to straighten out through that front leg, and let's fold until the body is halfway forward, parallel with the floor. Once again here, you may want to, and I'm actually going to switch directions just so I can keep my eye on you. You may want to slide that back foot in just a little bit, but as you hinge forward, if you find, yep, nope, I can't, I am rounding out through the spine, it's too much on my hamstring. First of all, bending that knee will help with the hamstring, but the arms, that extension through the arms or the lengthening through the arms, it requires more from your core. So if it's too much, finding a different position for the arms, but maintaining that spinal alignment. So if you find your head dropping down, find an imaginary car headrest here. All right, now let's travel to warrior three from here. Just take your time to get there. Sending the arms long, sending that right leg back, trying to square off the hips. All right. Now, your right arm and your right leg will stay long. The left elbow will come in like the row that we did earlier on all fours. Now your right knee and your left arm will go forward. Good, sending everything back and everything forward. Good. Do one more. Sorry about that, y'all. Good. And we will take a pause. All right, so we were doing our warrior three, and from warrior three, when you're When you have done about 3 or 4 rounds of that, now let's find our warrior 2. And in your warrior 2, your left knee is bent, right leg is long. Maybe you rotate your palms to face up again. That external rotation for the shoulders, something that we don't get a lot of here. Maybe you take a minute to really focus in on that 360 breath, but reset right here. Calm your mind, breathe your full breaths, and let's prepare for our half moon. So again, this half moon is going to, we're not touching down, but instead we are lifting off and staying maybe a little more upright than a full half moon. So you choose how far over, but find that core engagement. And we are going to now really try and work through that top oblique as we draw the elbow and the knee in toward each other. As you extend, lengthen. Good, and then elbow and knee in, thinking about ribs coming in toward that hip bone, and then extending nice and long. Let's do a couple more, finding your own way, being so kind to yourself here. Good, and one more. Good, and sending the leg long. We'll drop back into our warrior 2, and then cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Send that front foot back to join the back foot, finding down dog, choosing to stay here, or finding your flow. Plank up dog, down dog. And then once you are here in down dog, we're going to step the feet wide, walk the hands back to the feet, and let's begin to turn the toes out, begin to release the hips down toward the floor, finding garland pose. And let's pause right here in garland with the hands to the heart if you'd like, the soles of the feet connected to your mat, staying nice and long through the spine, choosing to stay right here if that's where you need to be today. The other option is to find our last little bit of core bracing, and that is in crow pose. So with the hands underneath the shoulders, drawing the knees right up into the tops of the arms, back sides of the arms, the triceps. We'll stay here, pulling the belly button into the spine, just finding that position first, and then maybe you choose to bring one foot up off the mat and practice that. Maybe you choose to bring that other foot up. Maybe both feet can come up. But really finding the strength through your core here. Good, and then from here, either staying or returning to garland, your choice. Pausing right here. Good, all right, and then sending those hips back up into the air, heel toeing your feet until they are about hip bone width apart, walking your hands back out, finding your plank pose. From your plank pose, gently drop the knees to the mat, press back, extended child's pose. All right, now from our extended child's pose, we'll come up to a seated posture. And let's send the left leg straight out in front. So straight out from the hip. The sole of the right foot is to the inside part of that left leg. Set up nice and tall here. We're going to begin to walk ourselves forward. So you're hinging forward from the hip, leading with your heart. Now, as you fold forward here, it might feel good just to stay directly over the leg. You do have the option to add a little bit of a rotation here, bringing those left fingertips a little wider than that left leg, using the leverage of your fingertips to turn the body, open the body toward the outside part of that left leg. Now, as you do that, just noticing what's happening along that right side of the body. Maybe you find that there's a connection. You can find that connection from that left shoulder down to that right hip, opening up here. And then returning to center, keeping that left leg long, that right foot, we're going to bring it to the opposite side of that left leg, sit up nice and tall. From here, hanging on to that, or using the leverage of your arm against your right knee, Right fingertips T-cupped behind you. So that left arm, again, using it to bring the body closer and more upright. Tall, straight spine. Making sure you're not leaning back onto those right fingertips. Turning to look over your right shoulder. Finding this rotation here. The left leg, keep it engaged. Perfect, and then coming back to center, sending your right leg long, sole of your left foot to the inside part of that right leg. Sitting up nice and tall here, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, begin to walk yourself forward, and it might be that you don't walk forward very far, that's all right. So finding here, again, that strong, straight spine, those 360 breaths. If you'd like to add that rotation in here, the fingertips, the right fingertips go a little wider than that right leg, and you're using your fingertips to open up toward the outside part of your right leg. Finding those full breaths. Not concerned about how close you are to your leg, that doesn't mean anything. Instead, finding the shape that you need, what feels good. Every body is different. Sorry about that. Good, and then our last little bit here, that left foot to the outside part of that right leg, sitting up nice and tall here, turning to look over your left shoulder. Coming back to center, moving all the way back onto your back, and feel free to stay on your back and find really the breaths that you need, focusing in on how strong your core feels. If you need a little bit more of a twist, if you need an inversion, that is completely up to you. I really appreciate your time today. Namaste.